By the way, I apologize, guys, as I move around if I'm grunting and groaning. It's gonna be a while. Whatever I've got going on with my sprain is quite annoying. Involuntary. Ugh. Oof. Every time I move around. Alright, I could track down the person who defaced the sticks if you like.
You'd do that? Huh.
We're not going to do it right now, but we'll do it later for this.
Okay. Maybe I misjudged you.
I love the housing in SWTOR.
I'm
especially
glad you
the
see sticks
guild
is more than
ships you
just a
can get
possession.
now.
The lowlife that did this to my buddy calls himself Warlord. Scare the crap out of this punk, and it'll teach all the Ebside lunatics that nobody messes with me and the sticks.
Cool. Lots of quests we'll do later. Let's go for sale. Boom boom. Boring. The buzz cut. Ooh. That's just begging to be modded. I think Smuggler is my favorite. I've done the Smuggler storyline twice. I've done the Bounty Hunter storyline twice. Agent's pretty good. The Agent is like James Bond. It's pretty cool.
The other day, Sticks, I met a miner.
I've got apartments on Drummond Kos, Coruscant, and Nar Shaddaa. Plus we have a guild ship on the Sith side, we have a guild ship on the Republic side. My brother and I have played that game together ever since it went live. Matter of fact, I even played last year up until like early last year. I played for about 3 or 4 months, right before Baldur's Gate 3. But this year I didn't do it. I haven't played any of it. I haven't played any of it since it switched over to Broadsword. But Broadsword has been making some pretty good changes to the game. All the shader updates, graphical updates, new content patches. Got no complaints about them taking over.
To learn how to play an instrument.
Chunks, chunks, chunks. Alright, hang on. Let me go look at the map here because this feels like it's going to make me run all the way up these stairs again. And I think this is the stupidest
What
thing
do we
ever.
have here?
What?
Decided to drop by on Neon and do a little vandalism, huh?
What vandalism?
There's a steep fine for that. 0 tolerance.
Tell you what, you pay the fine now, and I'll let you off with a warning.
What
Or things
vandalism are
going
you
to get
talking about,
messy.
bro? Neon security roughing up, or worse yet, killing a tourist is a really bad look.
Maybe. But as soon as you started putting up Striker Gang sign, that crosses the line.
What's up? Pandavision just did a whole bunch of gifted subs over on Twitch. Thank you so much for that. I was wondering what the audio cue was. Sometimes I have these audio cues set up that I just forget about until I hear them. The alarm for the raid when someone's raiding over on Twitch, that was scary when it happened the other day because I didn't know what was going on. I thought it was an alarm in game. Congrats to everybody for their subs over on Twitch. Thanks so much for that, Panda. I appreciate the support, man. Alright, neither of us want to risk the worst happening. Oh, can I go with the soldier option? Both soldiers here. I'm going to use an auto persuade.
You're one of ours? This just got complicated.
Neither of us wants to risk the worst happening.
You know how it is.
I didn't come here looking for a fight.
Sounds like you might be...
Oh, it didn't even work even with the
So
auto
either
persuade.
pay up, or you get shot resisting arrest.
Here's 1,500 credits.
That's the only language Neon Security seems to understand.
Enjoy your stay on Neon.
It's like the time I got pulled over in Cancun by the tourist police and tried to shake me down. Have I told that story in a while? Probably haven't. What is down on that level? Let's just keep following these. So Chris and I lived in Cancun for about 8 years, and I'm a permanent resident. I've got a green card for Mexico. Chris is Mexican. But I haven't owned a vehicle in a very long time. And I had a job with, I was on a contract for TripAdvisor and Oyster for about 18 months. We went all over Riviera Maya and Puerto Vallarta, going to the resorts and doing photography and a bunch of articles and stuff. And I think I'm really finish this off here. God, he moves fast. Alright. Wasted my ammo. Come on, Pippin. Oh, is that guy still moving? Not anymore. Pippin, leave the yoga mat alone, honey. Do I have to worry about taking care of the rest of these guys? I hope not. Probably can't fast travel until I take care of them. Alright, come here. Hang on, guys. I got a kitty cat I gotta deal with. Come here. Let me finish my story before I get too sidetracked. Living in Cancun, been there for a long time. I don't own a vehicle. I don't need a vehicle. I was on a contract, and we had just doing a bunch of photo shoots down in Tulum, which is about an hour-ish south of Cancun. And so I was driving down there every day, and I just rented a car for like 2 weeks. Well, rental cars in Cancun, or in all of Mexico, rental cars are very obvious it's a rental car because the license plates have big red letters. So instead of having like normal lettering, it's a license plate with red letters and a red outline. So it's very obvious that it's a rental car, not a licensed vehicle in Mexico. And so for the tourist police, or the police who pay attention to those kind of things, they know that they assume that it's a tourist driving the vehicle. And I'm a white guy, right? So I'm in the vehicle. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm on my way to this photo shoot. And it's 6 o'clock. There's no one on the highway. I'm in the hotel zone of Cancun, and I'm driving through. I'm going the speed limit. I don't speed. I had an accident years ago, and I've never sped since then. And so I'm going the speed limit, and these guys pull me over, and they claim that I was. So this is how it went down. I pull over, they get out, and it's 2 cops. One on each side of the vehicle. And the guy that comes up, so they're trying to speak English, right? So they're using, broken English, but, English, right? Like understandable English. And they're trying to tell me that I was doing 60 kilometers per hour in a 30 kilometer per hour zone. And I went, that's just not possible. And I answered in English. And he's like, this is one of my favorite stories to tell. So they're trying to tell me that I was speeding. I wasn't. I'm answering them in English. I haven't needed to provide any identification at this point or anything, because they just assume that I'm a tourist with a rental vehicle. So then they tell me that it's gonna be I think they quoted me. It's been a long time, so I may be exaggerating the amount a little bit, but it was going to be like $150, $200 at the time with transfer currency. It was going to cost me like $150, $200 is what they told me, and we could take care of it right there on the side of the road. Now, I, being a resident, know that that's not how this works. If I literally was speeding, the way it works in Mexico is, if I was legitimately doing something like that, they take your license and they take it to the main office. And then if you want to get your license back, you go pay the ticket. When you pay the ticket, you get your license back. So this is when I switched to Spanish. So they tell me it's $150, $200, and I immediately switched to Spanish, and I said, aquí es mi licencia, dame mi ticket, me voy a pagarlo en la oficina. So I literally just told them, here's my license, I'll pay the ticket, let me know when I can go pick it up at the office. And they both immediately, their eyes got real big and they went, oh, hablas español, you speak Spanish? And I went, yes, I do. And they're like, oh. And I said, yeah, soy residente permanente. I'm a permanent resident here. So I know how this works. Here's my license, give me my ticket, and I will go pay my ticket. Because to pay the ticket, it was like, $50. It's like $50 for a speeding ticket to pay the speeding ticket, right? Whatever it is. Much less than the $150, $200 they were trying to get me to pay. Hang on, I got a crazy cat going off here. So that's when they decided to go back to their car. And they're like, oh, just give us a couple of minutes. We're going to go back to our car and discuss some things. So they go back to their car. Sorry, guys, for not... I got to figure out what's about Pippin. She's behind the laptops trying to jump on the desk. Come here, honey. Get down from there. So when I tell them that I'm just going to pay the ticket, they go back to their car. They leave me sitting there for like 30 minutes as they discuss what they're going to do. And they come back and they still are like, well, it's a kind of a hassle for us to have to go to the office. It's going to be a hassle for you to go to the office. Maybe we could just settle something for like $25, $30 right here, right now, so that none of us has to deal with the hassle. At this point, it literally is a shakedown because they've already spent 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. They know that I'm not going to pay the $150. I'm not going to pay their stupid little fee because I know how the law works and I live here and I'm a permanent resident. But they also know that I'm not going to want them to take my license because if they take my license, now I'm screwed because I got a contract I'm on and I need my license to drive around town, right? So at this point, they're just trying to inconvenience me because they know. So I ended up paying them about $30 is what I paid them to just get out of my face. Full on pay to bribe. Now I've lived in Mexico. I've been a permanent resident since 2015. It's been like 15 years I've been here. That is the only time that has ever happened. I've been pulled over in other places for different things, gone through lots of security checkpoints. The police are not corrupt in this country like so many people think they are. There is corruption just as much as there's corruption in Chicago, Philadelphia, Detroit, LA, San Francisco. Cops are corrupt in many different places in the world. But in Cancun, in the hotel zone, there are absolutely corrupt assholes like that who will try to shake you down for they'll try to shake, because the tourists are so terrified. They're like, oh my God, I'm gonna get arrested for, it's $150, and it's like, it's a total shakedown. It's a total shakedown. I always love telling that story because it happened. It was an inconvenience. They just wanted a couple of Coca-Colas and a sandwich, But they did try to get me for a few hundred, a couple $100 or whatever. Do I have to take care of these guys before I can get out of here? Probably. Where's the other one shooting me from? Where's that last one?
Nothing.
He's not gonna poke his head out right yet. Surprise! Surprise, surprise!
I have something for you when you have a moment.
Now I'm gonna have to go listen to some Bob Seger.
You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows this is neon.
Something you might be interested in.
The strikers are upstairs.
You've really kicked the hornet's nest. Good. Andrea's running point on grabbing the gun stash. I need you and Vogel to keep the disciples off balance.
So we're finally doing this?
It's time, Vogel. The gloves are off. Both of you, keep the collateral damage down if you can. But it's do or die.
Alright, I'm not gonna hurt innocents.
If people are in the wrong place at the wrong time, you might not have much choice. Gang fights are no holds barred. So make your peace with it.
Despite your flippant attitude towards innocent lives, Briggs, we intend to choose our targets with the utmost care.
You two coordinate whatever you need to. I have a request. I know this is asking a lot. Newell's Goods has some armor. Not mil-spec ranger gear or anything, but better than the cast-off clothes the strikers wear. So if you could, well, spring for some armor upgrades, maybe convince Newell to sell it to us.
I'll see what I can do.
All the strikers owe you big time. Any credits it costs, I promise we'll pay you back with interest. Now's the time for the strikers to make a comeback.
Finally, Briggs is going to let me kick these disciples where it hurts. I've been telling him to let his best man loose for weeks. So thank you for changing his mind.
Let's go.
You are something else. The plan's simple. We hit the street runners hard in as many points as possible. Maximum chaos, right? Then Andrea can waltz into their weapons cache, snag the big guns, and then the real fun begins.
Get it over with then.
Oh, it'll work, all right? Here's 3 groups of street rats for you. Me and my boys will take some others. Fun time.
Alright. The armor one is optional, but I'd like to... do that first.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Akadigbo. That guy's trouble for the status quo, if you know what I mean.
Don't even bother with that other place. Newell's good.
Feel like making a purchase today?
I am here for the strikers, buddy.
I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on.
They're just kids having fun, James.
Don't kid yourself, Rosa. Aurora isn't fun. It's a poison, and it needs to be taken off the streets.
Drugs are bad, kids.
James, please. It's not just the Aurora. It's Administrator Bayou. As long as he's in charge, this city will just get worse and worse.
Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods, Rosa and I guarantee we'll beat Sieghart's lousy selection every time.
Fair enough. Sounds like you had a problem with Sieghart's.
Oh, I don't have a problem with his place. My problem is Siegert himself. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe.
What kind of merchant meetings? Well, how do you keep your place safe?
By standing up to the lowlifes who come in here expecting me to just hand over all of my money. I refuse to be run out of business, to be forced to pay protection.
A little bit of amp every now and again, you know. What kind of merchant meetings are we talking about?
A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small merchants alliance. It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting together to air our grievances and watch each other's backs.
All right. For all you know, he doesn't have a choice.
Everyone has a choice. Some are simply more difficult than others. The only way to fight Neon security is if all the merchants unify and push back on these unreasonable rules. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find something you might want to buy.
I'd like to buy some armor for the Ebsite strikers.
Oh, dear Lord. Did Briggs put you up to this? All these gangs are a menace. I don't want to have any part of it.
I'll pay for it all in cash right now.
Really? That's a lot of credits. All right, already. All right. You pay and I'll send Briggs his armor. But this is a one-time deal. I don't want anything to do with this madness after that.
Let's just give him the full 8,000.
I'll send the armor to Madame Savage's. Have a nice day.
Well, we're not done yet.
I hope to God
I can talk to
the
Sieghart.
Strikers doesn't. Oh. Okay. Yeah. That'd be extremely helpful.
God, there's so many
I
quests on
honestly don't know
Neon,
what to
guys.
say.
Like, I know there were a lot of quests on Aquila too, but I feel like Neon's got. It almost feels like there's more here than there were on New Atlantis. Well, I'm not doing this for free.
I'm a businessman. You help me with this, and I have no problem compensating you for your time.
Fair enough.
Just be careful when you're dealing with Siegert. He can be surprisingly unreasonable when he's cornered.
I'd like to buy something.
Sure. Have a look.
Alright, you've got all sorts of fun stuff. Nothing too cool, though. Does nobody sell, like, beanies in this game? Oh, wow, what the fudge is this? A neon dancer outfit. Granola mix? I don't know that I've ever seen that. Huh. Alright, let's start with you and Rosa.
I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing, and that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since.
And I'm sure she wears the pants around here.
Watch your back out there.
Sarah tries to wear the pants here, but not gonna happen. She just likes to nag. Alright, folks. This was an early morning stream. I do need to wrap it up here because I do need to take a quick break, and then I've got an existing World of Warcraft group that I do on Sunday mornings. assuming my chiropractor doesn't show up, which I don't think he will, because I think Chris just left to go vote. So I'm assuming they'll vote and then they'll come back. I should be back tomorrow. I don't know about Tuesday's stream yet, because I think Tuesday I'm going to the doctor to get a bunch of. I just need to go to the doctor and check out my leg and do some more tests and stuff. And I don't know if I'm doing that Tuesday or Wednesday. But I know Monday Chris has to go do some paperwork. But so tomorrow I should be able to. I should be streaming at the normal time tomorrow with some more Starfield. We're gonna do Starfield all the way up until I'm out of the office. I leave on the 9th, so the morning of the 9th I should. I'll still do a stream. No, I won't. But I'll stream all the way up to through the 8th. The 9th I won't be able to because I gotta get on a transport and get out of here. But we'll be doing Starfield for the next week. So stick around for all the streams. Thanks everyone for being here. Thanks so much Panda for the support today and gifting all those subs over on Twitch. For those of you hanging out on YouTube, I appreciate it as well. If you happen to miss parts of this, don't forget that these episodes come out as 30-minute segments over on YouTube as part of the Let's Play episode, and this stream is the one that pushes us past the 100 episodes mark for my second playthrough of Starfield. So thanks to everyone for continuing to watch these and make them worthwhile enough for me to continue doing them, because people have had enough interest for me to keep going. So thanks, appreciate it. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Stay safe, have a good Sunday everybody.